Okay, are we? All right, it's showing live on the tube and live on the face. And hello? Anybody there? Echo. 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 The CEO is an asshole. Oh, 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 oh. Well, Linda's here. I hope the CEO isn't watching tonight. Yep, all by myself. Nobody, nobody in the studio. Kathy's here. Ron's here. Okay. Broadcasting live from the basement storeroom of WDWL TV. It's the pride of the station, pride of the show, pride of everything. The grumpy old man. Me. By myself. I had to. Shit. Even the security guard left. I had to crawl up on the roof and come down the fire escape to get into the studio. They didn't even give me a goddamn key to the door. And the bird still, he didn't come back. Oh, Jenny's here. Okay. A day, the day before the big boomers. Although, I'll tell you what, them couple I heard last night, that was it. Although I'm sure they'll be testing more tonight. So, how is everybody out there in TV land? Now, what's going on? I'm getting static. I'm getting snap, crackle, and pop. I knew I shouldn't have changed that cable. I was having no problems with the other one. It was just a little short. Now I'm hearing snap, crackle, and pop. Linda's birthday tomorrow. Everybody across America will be celebrating Linda's birthday. Are you hearing that snap, crackle, and pop? I hope not. All right. Then it's on this end. The damn audio cable for the mic was a little too short. So I swapped it out, and now I'm getting, at least on my end here, snap, crackle, and pop. Okay, nobody hears anything. Yeah. I can see it when I stop talking. Take a look at the yellow. See it like vibrating? That's what I'm hearing in my ears. See, because that, when I stop talking, that line should be totally flat, nothing moving. The yellow here. The yellow here. When I stop talking, it should be perfectly flat. That's the static. You don't see anything. See it jumping? That should be a flat line. As long as you're not hearing it, that's okay. Okay. It's just irritating as hell hearing it snap, crackle, popping in my headset. It's got to be the cable on this microphone. Oh well. Long as nobody hears it out there, I can put up with it. It's just irritating as shit. Yeah, Mrs. M, that's. I wasn't even thinking. The other cable had a filter on it, and this cable doesn't. I never even thought of that. See, these microphones use like the printer cables. You know, it's got a USB on one end and it's got that kind of square plug on the other. And I didn't even think about that. Yeah, this cable doesn't have a CAN bus filter on it. Okay, back to the other cable tomorrow. I know what's causing the problem now. I didn't even stop and think about that. You know, you just. You look at a cable and go, okay, it's got a USB on one end. Well, they call it a USB A. It's a printer cable. USB plug on one end and that kind of square plug on the other. And the other cable has got the filter. And this one doesn't. I just looked the length of the whole cable. That's what it is. So, no big deal. I can put up with it. Believe me, I've heard worse. And sometime coming out of ex-wives' mouths. It's irritating as shit. It really is. but I can't change the cable mid-show. I'll end up losing the microphone. So I'll put up with it. It's just irritating. Get it? Irritating. I know. Bad pun. Dumb joke. So, anybody, I think I asked this already, anybody picnicking tomorrow? Yeah, Mrs. A, I didn't even think about it. I needed a cable that was about 10 inches longer. And I looked at the cables hanging up over here and I went, oh, this one, okay. Plugged it in, and didn't even, because yesterday, no problem. And that's what it is. It's the damn RF filter. That's all right. I can put up with it. Stan Hayes, as in Haynes Woodcrafting. How are ya? Needed, you know what? Like I said yesterday, it's just going to be another goddamn day. That's all it's going to be. And I'll be here at normal time. The picnicking, oh God, I probably haven't gone on a family picnic outing of any kind in 30 years. Let me think. Yeah, it's got to be 25 to 30 years. And you know what? The first couple of years I missed it. And then after that, I said, you know what? Piss on all yous. Because my cousins, for some reason, I turned into a black sheep. I don't know why. I might have pissed off one of their wives. So I didn't get invited anymore. And the first couple of years, it really irritated the shit out of me, the point where I wanted to drive out and go, I'm fucking here. You're going to throw me out? And then I said, you know what? I'm a bigger person than that. You don't want to invite me? Fine. I don't care. I have food. I have fireworks in my neighborhood. I do miss the full body contact croquet, but didn't bother me. Saved me a lot of gasoline. So screw them. The one thing I would have liked is my cousin had restored, and I mean complete, a 1947 Chris Craft Speedster. This was the one like you see on TV that's got the front seat with the driver, and then another seat, and that big honking engine out the back, and all gorgeous wood, and he took everybody for a ride in it except Grumpy. I didn't get no invite. He won several awards for the restoration of that Chris Craft. I would like to know what the hell his wife did with it after he passed. I know she sold the homestead because that boat was his pride and joy. Oh man. Probably sold it to one of the fucking club members. I would have liked to had a ride in it, but would have been my luck. The fucking boat would have capsized and I'd have fucking drowned anyway. Guess it wasn't meant to be. You, you know, Jenny, I feel sorry for my cat because he just hovers under the bed, and these idiots around here, they blow off shit like it sounds like atomic bombs going off. You'd think it was Hiroshima around here. Pardon me, I had to move the drape and get a little more air in here. I don't have the luxury of having an air conditioned studio. I asked for air conditioning, they gave me a ceiling fan, and, they said lump it. I said, okay. And then they said today the humidity was supposed to be in a acceptable range. Yeah, well, not around here. I wanted to trim my shrub out front so I could hang my two flags up, but oh well. God, as flat as the land is out there, Ron, you should be able to see fireworks from 4 different states. Did you get the board off today, Ron? Was today deboarding day? Deboarding better than waterboarding. Uh-oh. You know, I didn't look. I've been seeing advertisements for them. You know, I don't know if you've seen the advertisement, and it's all Asian people. They hang this little square box on the wall, and all of a sudden air is blowing out like a jet stream. I know what they're doing. They're putting dry ice inside that thing to make it look like it's cooling the room so fast. I would buy one, but they're like $119. And I don't want to take a chance on something when I get it here. It don't work like they showed it on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen the same ad for this miraculous. Oh, and it heats and cools. That's it. Don't need a window or nothing. You could hang it anywhere. And they show them turning it on, and all this cold air looks like they opened a freezer door. If I thought it would work, I would buy one in a minute. Although I did look at the ad, it said, 30-day free trial. But yeah, you send it back and then it takes, 180 days to get your refund. Oh yeah, close your house, close your car, close your camper, hang it anywhere, hang it in the tent. I'd hang it in my shorts. If it worked like that, I would buy it. I would in a heartbeat. But I think they're packing that thing with fucking dry ice. I would want to talk to somebody that bought one. Because all the reviews, that's all planted. I liked it so much, I bought 4 more. Yeah, right. If it does work that way, oh man. But I have my doubts. I really do. I really have my doubts. Although you can pay with PayPal. So if it didn't work, like shown, PayPal will back you up. But I'm just very doubtful that thing cools like they show. I've gotten burned on a couple of things like that. I'm very, very doubtful. Yeah, I know. I mean, that. I'm weighing this thing right now. The more I see the ad, and when I saw pay by PayPal, the scale's starting to tilt a little more to buying it. I don't know. I'm the next time the ad comes on, I'm gonna really study it. But like I say, the benefit you can pay with PayPal. In a way, it must work because I don't think they would allow you to purchase with PayPal if it was a gimmicky thing. I just hate the thought of getting it here and it not cool like it says. But if it does work, I mean, it says it hardly uses any, kilowatts, and with it heating, that's a plus because sometimes my bedroom's a little chilly in the winter. Linda, I'll tell you a story. Back in the days when QVC was really big, my neighbor's mother, who basically was a widow, she got hooked on QVC. And I mean hooked to the point where she maxed out every goddamn credit card that they had. And she couldn't make the payments. And one day, my neighbor, her son, happened to go over unannounced, and there was all these goddamn past due. And he was like, "Mother, what the hell's going on here?" And she didn't want to say nothing. And the back bedroom was filled almost floor to ceiling with shit that she bought and never even opened any of the boxes. She just got addicted to, oh, quick sale, buy now. And man, there went the credit card. And she was like 52 grand in debt. And they got a hold of an attorney who worked a real deal with QVC. And any unopened boxes, she was allowed to return. And I think out of the 57 grand, I think she got a credit back of like 51. But sitting there by herself, depressed because her husband had passed. Buy, 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 buy. Oh, it was to the point like, here's a Venetian vase in 8 colors. She'd buy one of each. And then the shit had come and she just put it in the back room because, God forbid, we'd miss something on QVC while we're opening boxes. Yeah, she maxed out every goddamn credit card. And on her Social Security, she couldn't make the payments. And luckily, they agreed to take back anything that wasn't open. But being in that state of depression and sitting in a big house by herself, she just got hooked. And it was sad. So basically, once they got everything sent back and her son cut up all her credit cards, she was allowed to have one, and I think it had $1,000 limit. And then the attorney worked out some deal where she wasn't allowed to buy. They would refuse her purchase right away. Oh yeah, Linda, people get hooked on that shit. And when they show it on TV, oh, it looks like, the most marvelous invention on the planet. And then when you get it, it's a piece of shit. Yeah, retail. You all right, Ron? That was like here. I saw this ad on TV for this non-stick cookware, and the pans were green inside. Non-stick. Shows a pan on the stove. They crack an egg in it. They spin the egg around. So I bought the three pan set. You know, the small 8-inch, 10-inch, and 12-inch. Biggest piece of shit I ever bought. It wasn't non-stick. And I even conditioned it like it said, warm the pan, rub the pan with a good high quality cooking oil, put the pan back on the stove, bring it back up to temperature, then take it out and wipe the oil out. And you never have to put nothing in the pan again. No butter, no oil, nothing. So I condition the pan, crack an egg in it, go to spin the egg around like they showed on TV. Not. Although I took a chance recently on a non-stick skillet, and it's like red and white crackle finish in the inside, but it's not, it's red and white. So, same way, it said bring it up to temperature, wipe it with cooking oil, bring it back up to temperature, let it cool, wipe the cooking oil out. I'll tell you what, that pan is non-stick. As a matter of fact, I bought another one just so I'd have two. Well, whatever molecules they 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 were retained in the pan, and basically it says when you're done cooking whatever you're cooking, just wipe it out with a paper towel. Don't wash it. No soapy water. If you have to, use plain water. And I've had those two pans for over a year. And to this day, but when I bought them green, whatever the hell they called it, worst pans on earth. I used to cook with cast iron a lot. As a matter of fact, I have my great great grandmother's cast iron skillet. It's that old. When my grandmother ended up in the nursing home, I asked her, I says, "Can I have that pan?" And she said, "Yeah, go over and get it." That pan's got to be 150 years old easy. And boy, do I take care of it. I don't cook in it too often. The only time I used it last year was I did some breaded chicken. No, I did fish. Some breaded fish. And then I I clean it the way my grandmother cleaned it. Because like if anything would happen to stick, she would pour some rock salt and scrub the pan with rock salt and paper towels and then wipe it out and put just a little coating of oil in it. Matter of fact, there's no name on the pan. When you flip the pan over on the bottom, there's a X and a O. That's it. But it was my great grandmother's. It got passed down through the family. And I used to pay close attention to how she cleaned it. I hate using it because I don't want to screw the pan up. You know, it's a family heirloom. Of course, when I go, my son will take it and go, garbage. But when I have to cook, I use those two. It's not Silverstone. I can't remember what they called it. But after I conditioned them, boy, they work like shown on TV. Remember good old Ron Popeil, the Popeil pocket fisherman? I'm trying to think who was big back in the day. You had Popeil's pocket fisherman, and there was another guy. As seen on TV, you know, approved by TV Guide, all that shit. Oh, God, Billy Mays. Oh, God, I miss that guy. Billy Mays for OxyClean. Too bad Billy Mays put a little OxyClean up his nose. I mean, well, it looked like OxyClean, but that guy, I'll tell you what, he had the perfect voice for pitching a product, and he knew how to pitch a product. And OxyClean, he had a contract for life with them. Of course, that's what happens, you know, when you get money. You don't know what to do with the money, so you stick it up your nose. And then that English guy that they got to replace him, oh, gee. And then he was doing commercials for some life insurance, and I don't know where they found him. I love Billy Mays. That was one of the few commercials I would always watch from beginning to end because I just liked the way he pitched that stuff. He was the modern day P.T. Barnum, you know. But that English guy, oh, he was boring as shit. Then when OxyClean got rid of him, he. No, it wasn't life insurance, it was some home warranty insurance that he was pitching. Yeah, he did OxyClean for a while, and he couldn't pitch OxyClean like Billy Mays, and they ended up getting rid of him. And then he got hired by this home warranty company, which it cost you, Christ, more a year for the home warranty than it would to replace a appliance if you had to go buy one. I don't know where they find all these English people. Over the years, I've seen more commercials with English people. Now, I got nothing against Englanders, but they don't have no Americans to pitch a product. They bring them over from England. Oh, Oh God, who's the guy that pitches Flex Seal? I can't remember his name. I like when he goes out in that Flex Seal boat. Oh, what the hell's his name? Well, I would believe that, Mrs. M. Because anybody that is a SAG person, they're gonna want big bucks. Although Screen Actors Guild, that's a union. I would tend to think bringing these people in would be like scabs, union busters. Phil Swift, run, saved the day. Phil Swift for Flex Seal. He's another good showman. I like him. I like when he goes out in that fucking rowboat, motoring around in that Flex Seal motorboat. Look, no leaks. Although that shit works. I use it religiously. Like I said, I always have flex tape on hand. Flex tape, transparent. 2 inches by 5 foot. That's what these rolls are. 2 inches by 5 foot. I always have my flex tape and my spray flex seal. Had to put my flex tape back. Yeah, then that would mean that these English people would have to be members of SAG, wouldn't they? How are they able to film a commercial and not be a member of the Screen Actors Guild? I don't understand that. I mean, they may get them cheaper, but no, they can't. If they're a member of SAG, they got to be paid union scale. Oh, I used to watch them tornado chasers. Those guys are insane. I remember watching one where they barely made it underneath a freeway bridge. And they got way up underneath and they were hanging onto the fucking girders. And the sound of that tornado was scary. I used to love watching them. Then they built that armored car. Those guys were crazy. Clocking tornado winds at 300 miles an hour. I hope they got paid well. They're underneath a freeway bridge and you're watching cars and cows and everything blow by. And then the tornado passes and it gets super quiet. Oh, really? Does he come down there during hurricane season? Does he bring his armored car with him? I remember that one season they built that armored, was it one or two? Those storm chasing vehicles. Not to mention the expensive electronic equipment that they got inside them things. Holy cow. Although I guess if they didn't do it, somebody else would. Oh, the one show that I watched, they literally lashed themselves to the fucking girder underneath the goddamn freeway bridge because it sounded like a giant vacuum cleaner when it went by. God, Linda, if he ever gets close enough, take a picture. I want a picture of his storm cars. I'd like to drive one, but they're not manuals. I don't think he's on TV anymore, is he? They still run that series? I haven't watched it in a while. Oh yeah, that wind sounded like a goddamn giant vacuum cleaner. Man, that was scary. I was surprised the cars didn't get sucked out from underneath. Because I remember they were rocking back and forth, and I was like, oh, there goes your car, buddy. But once the tornado went past, it was ungodly quiet. That was the scary thing. You couldn't hear, I mean, you could have heard a pin drop. But man, when that tornado went past, holy shit, sounded like about 50 jet engines under that bridge. Oh, he is? Oh, I'll have to watch some episodes. I didn't know that. That's his name? Reed Trimmer. I think I know his cousin. Hedge Trimmer. Oh, I know, sick joke. Sorry. And his cousin's wife, Hair Trimmer. I know. Quit while you're ahead. Reed Trimmer. I gotta write that down. Piece of paper. If I don't make notes, I forget. Okay, Reed Trimmer, Hedge Trimmer, Hair Trimmer, the whole family. And his cousin twice removed lawn edger. I'm going to look that up. Maybe tonight. Because I can punch in my search bar on my TV. I just can't get into a chat unless I hook my laptop to my TV. Luckily, my laptop has an HDMI plug. I can plug right into the back of my TV. I don't do that too often. I'll spell it either way. But if he's on YouTube, I'll watch some. I'll watch some tonight. I like watching people that are insane doing scary shit. Like some of the stupid shit I did when I was younger. Like when Dragway 42 was still open here in West Salem. And I decided one time to take my buddy's fucking slingshot racer down the track. Shit, I was at the end of the track. I was like, how do you stop this thing? Oh, I gotta pull a parachute. I almost ended up off in the weeds. I was like, I ain't driving that one no more. Oh, God, now I gotta write that down now. Brandon Kompic. Okay. All right. I'll check them both out. Yes, I did, Ron. I enjoyed it. I really did. Yeah, I finally got around to it the other day. I was sitting here going, oh, I'm tired of watching court TV. Let me watch something different. I watched that. What else did I watch? Oh, some guy that goes out into the cemeteries and of the stars and shows you their headstones and gives you a little synopsis of their life and so on. Yeah, I want one. I think I'd be a little uncomfortable doing the show in it, but I want one. That'd be a sight to see. Grumpy doing the show in a gladiator outfit. If I had a little better physique, I'd do one in a Tarzan loincloth. Although I can't do the Tarzan yell. Gee, I watched Judge West today. Oh, that woman scares me. Her and Judge Shackelford and Judge Mogan. She had this guy. He was on probation for getting caught with a stolen gun. And he was up in front of her for a probation violation for getting caught with another stolen gun. Oh my God, did she chew his ass out? Holy shit. She didn't hold back either. And she gave him 8 years. And he was crying his eyes out. And then, oh God, I forget his name. There's a judge here in Lake County. Oh my God, he don't hold back nothing. Tell a guy, you're the biggest bullshitter I ever met. Now cut the bullshit and tell me the goddamn truth. I was like, oh man. You're on YouTube, Judge. Take it easy. And he's right here in Lake County. I can't remember his name. As a matter of fact, there's two judges. Ilford, I think, or Laraki, Iaraki, Laraki. He's another one. Man, you don't want to piss him off. God, her daughter's got a temper. Holy shit. Man. I'd be turning that one over my knee. Jesus. And the mouth on her, the way she talks to her mother. God, a couple of weeks ago, they got into a big argument. She was using cuss words that would have made a truck driver blush. A real little smart ass. But when I see her, she's so sweet. Hi, Mr. Grumpy, how are you feeling? So. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Then she goes in the house and... I get the impression her mother never smacked her ass. And being Puerto Rican, I would think that her mother would have beat the shit out of her. But oh my God, the language that she uses on her mother. She's got to be 22, 23. Disgusting. I think that's why her mother threw her out. She's living with grandma now. And she'll come over to visit, and things will go real, and then this shit kind of starts. A kid that evidently was never told no, and now she's being told no, and she goes off the deep end. I gotta watch. She'll pop out the door and she'll hear me. But oh my God, the mouth. I think part of it's because she's an only child, too. And a product of divorce. And her and her stepfather, they don't get along at all. Oh, God. I have heard some arguments with. Makes for an interesting neighbor, though. But like I say, I'll see her walking out to her car. She's just so sweet. I'd like to say, I heard you and your mother. You're not that sweet. Although I would rather have it that way than have her. God, she'd make me blush. Oh, man. And I wish I knew Spanish. Because when the argument really gets going, it starts in Spanish. and they both scream at the top of their lungs, and they're talking at 200 miles an hour, and I can't understand a word. Although I there used to be a whole crew of Spanish ladies at my Dollar Tree. And I used to love listening to them talk because they talk at 110 miles an hour when they're talking normal. And I always used to tell them, "You're talking about me. I know you are." They'd all start laughing, which I knew they were talking about me then. I'd tell them, "Hey, Grumpy no habla español." Grumpy barely habla English. And then I don't know what went on because I can't. There's one woman that she's now the assistant manager. She won't tell me what happened, but the whole crew quit. Like on a Friday night, they all were like, "That's it, we're fucking out of here," and the whole crew quit. And she won't tell me what happened. I miss them, I really do. Oh, I had fun with them. I'd walk in the store and they'd all go, "Hello, young man," and I'd turn around and look, where? Somebody come in behind me? But there was some big blow up one night, and they were all gone. All six of them, gone. Well, five. One stayed. And she won't tell me what happened. But I used to love listening to them talk in the store. Because, like I say, they speak at 110 miles an hour. I used to say to him, "How do you understand her? She's talking so fast." She go, "I got every word. I don't know about you." But oh, this one, oh man. When her and her mother start, oh. I can't believe her mother lets her talk like that. Man, that'd be me. I'd be eating through my rectum because that's where my teeth would be. Judge O'Donnell, yeah. He don't mince no words, Kathy. Oh my God, oh. I almost fell out of the chair. You're the biggest bullshitter I ever met. Now cut the goddamn bullshit. Whoa. And then the guys start talking to you. "Don't give me that crap." Although we need more judges like that. I miss, oh God, what's her name? She'd tell everybody, "Stay out of Fulton County." Oh God. Because her and her husband on the weekends go mud bogging. They've got identical Jeeps. And she said That's what she does for relaxation. They go mud bogging. Oh, what the hell? She got banned from YouTube. It's sad. She went off on the deep end one day, and then YouTube banned her. Oh, God, what's her name? She would go on and on. Don't shop in Fulton County. Don't get gas in Fulton County. Don't get a flat tire in Fulton. Don't even drive through Fulton County. Oh, what the hell's her name? Her hair's cut real short. Pre-trial. I used to love that. And the next thing will be pre-trial. Then she got banned. Although she could go berserk at times. Oh. I like when she'd give people hell. They'd be in. Being a guy one day was in a white beater T-shirt. Oh my God, she ripped him a new ass. You're in court. You're not hanging around some goddamn bar. Judge Manning, yeah. Oh, I miss her. Oh, God, do I miss her. I don't know if... I guess she must have got a permanent ban from YouTube because she never came back. I miss the hell out of her. Because I remember one day she had a Q&A session. And somebody asked her, what do you do for relaxation? And she said, well, my husband and I have identical Jeeps and we go mud bogging. And she said, sometimes it takes me an hour just to wash the mud off my face. Not to mention my Jeep. And she showed pictures. Man, the goddamn tires on the... She called them swampers or something. But I wish she could get back on YouTube. I really miss her. Pre-trial. Yeah, right, Kathy. Oh, that was one judge you didn't want to piss off. Although we're slowly finding others like Judge Manning and that Judge Laraki or Iaraki in Lake County. Is it Iaraki or Laraki? Man, he ripped a woman a new ass the other day because she went AWOL for a year. I'm looking, you got like Judge Dad and you got Manning and these other judges, they're not saying anything any worse than Manning did, although she must have really gone off on a tangent that she got banned. I think his name is Iaraki. I think it's Irocci, Iaraki. And then, oh God, what's it? Gauthier? Is that his name? Gauthier? One day he actually banged his fucking gavel I was like, yes, I haven't heard a judge use a gavel in years. This guy was going off and he beating that goddamn gavel. I'm in charge of this court, not you. I thought he was going to break the son of a bitch. I was like, wow, a judge that actually still uses a gavel. I miss that. I don't know why they don't use them. I would love to see Judge Simpson with a gavel. Although Judge Simpson he went off on a guy the other day. I like that. Nobody knows what's coming. And he'll be conducting court. And he'll just go, Mr. Adams. And he walks back. And next thing you know, click, click. But he went off on a guy the other day. I'm done. I'm done. He's screaming. I'm done. Take him out of here. I'm done. I was like, whoa, Judge, easy. I like him because he's got a real kind side about him, too. There was an eviction the other day. And he was like, well, over, the plaintiff's complaint, I'm going to extend this out, and I'm going to give you time to work this out. I don't want to see you, thrown out of your home. And then he's got the other side where if you piss him off, and then I like Judge Stevens in Texas. You got to watch him. He has a hand signal. He does he'll be talking, and that means give that person a drug test. He doesn't say it. He'll just be talking along, and then the hand goes up, the little hand signal. And next thing you know, you see the bailiff taking the person out. But he'll never say, I'm sending you for a drug test. He just, little hand signal. All the bailiffs know. When he gives that hand signal, that means take this guy out for a drug test. And then my all-around favorite, Judge Fleischer. He's a trip. Oh, God, yeah. I love Judge Caprio. I used to watch all the time. I wonder how his health is. Because he ended up coming down with cancer, didn't he? Yeah, I like Fleischer. Oh, you think it's all hearts and flowers and bunnies jumping in the woods? You're going to be stuck like Chuck. And did you ever see? Every now and then he'll do interviews. And he's got this big saltwater tank in his chambers. And did you ever see the fish that he's got in there? It's huge. It's what they call a bump head cichlid. And the older it gets, the bigger the bump gets on its head. Oh, that fish is gorgeous. He's fine now? Oh, good. I miss him. I used to love it when in court when he'd give his mother's meatball recipe. He'd tell everybody how to make Italian meatballs. And then he'd tell them, you don't make them round, you make them oval. Meatballs aren't round, they're oval. But he'd go right through the whole recipe. Oh, he's got pancreatic cancer? Oh, no. That only has like a 5% success rate. Oh, my God. Man, if that was one on the dartboard, that's one you don't want your dart to hit. I gotta take these off, people. My ears are sweating. I can feel water running down the side of my head. I don't really need to listen to me. I can hear me. Although I do look a little strange without a headset on. Yeah. If you were going to pick one, you definitely wouldn't pick that one, man. Oh, God. That's that's like instant fatality there. God, I hope so. Maybe he'd be one of the lucky ones they caught it early. Because they say if they catch it really early, that there's a good chance of a cure rate. But most of the time, by the time they catch it, that was like, oh God, what the hell was his name? It's years back. He was a professor at Carnegie Mellon, and he did a thing called the last lecture, and it went viral on YouTube, and he ended up passing away from pancreatic cancer. Man, they did everything under the sun for him. They opened him up and gutted him like a fish. Man, still, well, it was too far advanced. That's not one you want to. Well, Linda, it's about time. God, look at the billions of dollars they've spent on research. You would, although, you know, Randy Pausch, yeah. Every now and then I play that last lecture. That was fantastic. But it was sad to that he's given that lecture and it was his last lecture. But I have said for years, if they could totally cure cancer, the hospitals would go broke. They wouldn't have no patients. God, every hospital around has got a special fucking big building for cancer. All the research they do, you would think by now they would be able to cure everything. Yeah, like his bedroom. All that shit he had painted in his bedroom, and he had an elevator, and oh, Linda Metro too. They've got a big special cancer center building, and I used to go there for my chemo, and then I found I could go 15 minutes away because I hate going down to the fucking main. Plus, they took away the free parking for cancer patients, so screw them. I was lucky enough I could find an oncologist that would take me, and it's only 15 minutes away. Well, every hospital's got big specialized buildings devoted to. Well, yeah, Mrs. Emily, if we ate better, but like me being, raised Hungarian, man, the more greasy food you could eat, the better. Although I like my little Chinese oncologist. I like the way he greets me for every appointment. You're still smoking. Hi, Doc. How are you? You feeling good too? Thank you. Yeah, but we don't. And even battling it for, well, God, I'm going on what, 11 years now? Still don't eat proper. It's the way you're brought up. And I can imagine next week when I go see my primary care and he looks at my cholesterol level, I'll be eating cardboard and sawdust, and I'm going to get yelled at. Oh, God. Well, tomorrow I'll bring in the other two shirts. I'll bring in the second coconut palm and my Japanese shirt. I'll bring them in tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'll bring in both of the red shirts. That way you could see the difference. And then my cherished Japanese shirt. Well, Mrs. M, I choose all wrong. I'm the first to admit it. I should know better. But it's good food. It's hard to give up. I know I've gotten lectures from every goddamn doctor I got. And I'll get another one on the 8th. Yeah, you know, I was in the bedroom just before airtime. And the three of them are hanging right there. I don't know why I didn't bring them in. I'll bring them in tomorrow for sure. But the Japanese shirt, oh. When you see it, you'll know why I got it. Well, I look at it from the point they're going to go sooner or later. I might as well go with a smile on my face. When they get me down to Cincinnati College of Mortuary Science, it'll take them about 8 hours with a chisel to wipe the smile off my face. They'll unzip that body bag and go, why is this guy smiling? Zip it back up. It'll be like, you got to work on Grumpy. No! I quit. I don't want to be a mortician anymore if I got to work on him. My medication is wearing off. I can't get fucking comfortable. I forgot to coconut oil my beard today. It's a little dry. Matter of fact, the other day I went a little overboard. I went up for cigarettes. The one Indian brother went, "You been eating coconut?" I said, "No, I oiled my beard." He looked at me like, "You what?" I said, "Oiled my beard." I said, "Never mind, you don't get it." I gotta take a look here. Oh, the big expensive tow trucks in the driveway. The really big one. Yeah, the $600,000 tow truck sitting out there. The other night he had the $400,000 one. Kind of scary to think between two trucks there's $1,000,000. Although I'll tell you, he has the newest fleet. He don't keep nothing a long time. Beautiful equipment. Oh man. But the big one's out there tonight. I guess figuring holiday weekend there might be some semis breaking down, so he brought the big monster home. This goddamn tow truck looks like it could lift a house. Big Peterbilt. The one he brought home last night it surprised me. An International, I was like, you like your Peterbilts, how come you got an International? He liked the way it looked. Okay, I'm not making the payment on it. I feel strange without my headset on. That goddamn static's driving me crazy. I'm glad nobody hears it out there. I had a real strange thought last night. For the 4th of July, reading the Declaration of Independence. And the more I thought about it, I was like, nobody will be here. I'll be boring the shit out of them. I was reading it's a static that's I changed chords on the microphone, Ron, and it doesn't have an RF filter. I'll have to put the other cord back on it tomorrow. It was a little too short. So I just reached up in all my cables and just plugged one in and not realizing that it needs that RF filter. I was reading an article. It's a little village up East Coast. And for the 4th of July, no parade, no fireworks. They read the Declaration of Independence. And they've been doing it since like 1903. And they never miss every year. That's their 4th of July celebration. And then when they get done, everybody goes in the town hall and they have red, white, and blue cake. And that's their 4th of July celebration. And everybody dresses accordingly. Guys with muskets and them triangular hats. And I'll be here. Just another day, Kathy. The show must go on. even if there was a chance somebody invited me to a barbecue, hint, 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 they're going to be having a big one tomorrow. Maybe perchance somebody invites me to a barbecue, I will be here for showtime. Hint, hint, hint. They never invite me. And oh, they barbecue right outside the window. Talk about teasing. If the barbecuer was a little closer and they went in the house, I could hang out the window, snatch something off the barbecue, and then close the drape real fast. Oh, there'll be about 40 people over here tomorrow. Most of them speaking Spanish. Well, Sherry, neither do I anymore. Holidays are just another day. Maybe I'll wander next door with a sad look on my face and they'll give me something. Walk around the corner and up the driveway and go, something really smells good. And then they'll say, yeah, get the hell out of here. Oh, okay. Sherry, I haven't been to a barbecue in probably 25 years. It don't even bother me anymore. You know what I miss, though? Christmas dinner at the hospital. That prime rib. I miss that. I looked forward to that. And any leftovers went home with me. I'll tell you what, the hospital, they threw a hell of an employee dinner. They really did. Oh, God. All the food you could eat. Because if you wanted seconds, you could have seconds. I'll tell you what, Carl, that he could cook. He was one hell of a chef. You know what I used to like about Carl? When the doctors would have a dinner, he would give me some samples. Like today they had lamb chops. He put 4 aside for me. He said, "Here, these are for you." I was like, "Oh man." But whatever he made for the doctors, he always gave me some. Because I can't remember the name of the college, the culinary college he went to. Now, the main one is the Culinary Institute of America. And the second one is somewhere on the East Coast because Emerald went there. Emerald Lagasse went to that college. And when I heard that, I said to Carl, "What the hell are you doing cooking in a hospital?" And he couldn't take the pressure of working in a high-end restaurant because he had worked at the Ritz-Carlton for a while. I can't remember the name of the college because Emeril Lagasse went to the same college. It's on the East Coast. Oh, them cheesy potatoes. Oh God, those were to die for. Talk about just looking at them on your plate, you could feel your arteries clogging from the cholesterol. Yeah, I was shocked when he told me what culinary college he went to, and I can't remember the name of it. I was like, what are you doing here in a hospital? No, no. The one in New York is the Culinary Institute of America, CIA. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, you're cooking in a goddamn hospital? But he couldn't take the pressure. I know where he lives. I got to stop by one day, see what he's doing now. He lives in Lakewood. I can't remember the street, but I remember what the house looks like. I'm going to have to buzz by and see him one day. I'll probably pull up in the driveway and he'll come out with a gun. Get the hell out of here. No, it would be interesting to see what he's doing now. But you talk about somebody with impressive credentials to be a hospital chef. God, I can't. I wish I could remember the name of that college. Because I even told him, I said, Emeril Lagasse went there. And he went, who's he? Carl didn't watch the food TV. Well, I never knew that. He never told me that. Although he never talked about family. We always talk cooking. Yeah, Johnson Wales. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Because I was shocked because that's the number two rated culinary college in America. Because when he told me Johnson and Wales, I was like, and you're here in a goddamn hospital? But like he said, cooking for big restaurants, they're too much pressure and too many hours. He said he'd be putting in 60, 70 hours a week. He said he liked it at the hospital. Get his 40, and he was out, you know. But I could not believe when he said Johnson and Wales. And he had some pretty good write-ups in Chef Magazine. He was showing me his scrapbook one day. Carl and I were tight. Although I used to compliment the shit out of his cooking. I'm not big on lamb chops, but boy, those were killer. Yeah, whenever there'd be a doctor's dinner, he'd make a to-go box for me. And then what he would do is he would walk it over and he'd put it in my truck so that nobody saw it. Yeah, I miss Carl. I miss the whole crew. God, that hospital was so much fun to work. It was one of the few places I worked where I looked forward to going to work. Well, until that asshole came in and replaced Gina. The one that threatened to fire me, and I said, you don't have to fucking fire me, I fucking quit. See ya. I can't remember his name. That young asshole said to me one day, he said, I should fire you. I said, you know what? I'll do you a favor. I quit. See ya. He looked at me, you can't quit. I just did. You got to give me 2-week notice. Well, okay. Figure it 2 weeks in advance. I'm out of here. I cleaned out my locker and never turned back. Can't remember that asshole's name. No big deal. He ended up getting fired himself. Uh-oh. Yeah, I gotta go over and see Carl. See where he's working. Maybe I could get a free meal. Uh-oh. That's me, always looking for a handout. Oh, I ordered some more license plates. I ordered 3. Wait till you see them. The guy made them up special for me. some more WDWL TV for all my vehicles. I don't know which one I'm going to put on the Passat yet. I have to wait till they get here. Matter of fact, I hope Jim's son shows up tomorrow. I want to get that car over here. Start working on it. Pull the interior out and give it a good dry cleaning. Then start making a list of what I need for it. That way, come January, I can get my license plate. Plus, I want to give it a good rub and buff. Make it look like a new car. A 25-year-old new car. In dark metallic green. Well, that's it for the coffee. That'll be another thing my doctor will tell me. No more coffee. It's the only thing that jumpstarts my brain in the morning. Although I'll tell him, my blood pressure is very, very steady. I take it every morning without fail. I got into the routine. As soon as I get up, put on the cuff, and I have a log that goes back 3 months. 3 months of blood pressure log. I have to take that with me on the 8th. That and my vitamin D. He didn't believe I was taking vitamin D. I told him. I've been taking vitamin D for a long time. Bring the bottle. Okay. I buy it at the hospital pharmacy, over the counter. Bring the bottle. Right. Any other bottles you want me to bring? Vodka, gin? He don't like my sense of humor. Like when he said to me, as soon as you get up, drain your bladder, take your blood pressure. I said, can I get out of bed first? He just looked at me. Ooh. Holy shit. That was close. God damn. That was a big boomer. All the dogs are barking in the neighborhood now. Yeah, Linda, I'm going to catch hell about everything. Coffee, blue cheese dressing, I have to have my coffee. Oh, I'll tell you what. If I don't have at least 3 cups, I get the worst goddamn headache. I have tried. I get a caffeine headache. Oh my god, it's like a migraine. So I'm drawing a line at coffee. I know it's not good for me. A lot of shit that ain't good for me. I like it. Like I say, I'm all geared up. All he's gonna do for 20 minutes is yell at me. Not the first time somebody ever yelled at me. I just can't yell back. I don't want to piss him off. All right, Mrs. M, enjoy your time away. Yeah, yeah, you got that right. Enjoy your time away. Be good. So you didn't tell me, Ron. Did they take the board off? Good. Glad to hear it. Now you got somewhat of a bright wrist. You still got to be careful, but no more bored. Now you know what it was like back in the 60s and 70s when you got an IV. They tape that fucking board to your arm. You always knew when it was IV time when the nurse came in with a fucking board and a roll of tape. And that was the tape that really hurt when they took it off because it took skin with it. Give me that piece of tape. I gotta peel the skin off that. Yeah, you just gotta take it easy on that wrist for a while until everything heals up. No going out and throwing frisbees or no. God, that I just thought of something. I remember we used to have a set of those. What the hell do they call them? Jarts. They were big fucking lawn darts. You threw at a freaking plastic ring. People were getting wounded by them. I had a set. Man, I wish I'd have never got rid of them. They'd have been collector's items today. Oh, Ron. What are we going to do with you? Although it's 2 p.m. somewhere in the world. Speaking of taking some pills, I think it's time for me to feed my cat. It's that time. We know where, right here. And with that, we will meet again tomorrow night, Boomer Day, and Linda's birthday. Everyone in America will be celebrating Linda's birthday tomorrow. So, have a good rest of your night. Everybody take care. And we will see you tomorrow.